Blessed be everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about Hecate. Well, I'm talking about my experience with Hecate, but before we do that, I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path and Tapping into Abundance. And if you want to learn more about Wicca and witchcraft, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. And if you want to know where to start a witchcraft practice but you just haven't got a clue, then have a look at my free masterclass, How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. The link is in the description field below this video. I wanted to do a video about Hecate because I work with Hecate a lot and I've had a lot of people ask me questions about Hecate. There's also a lot of information out there around Hecate, and a lot of it talks about things about Hecate that I have not had that experience with. So I wanted to talk about my experience because I know there's people who want to work with Hecate, they feel like they're being called to work with Hecate, but they're a little hesitant about working with Hecate because of all of the things that they've heard. So the first thing that a lot of people ask me is, if you're working with Hecate, do you have to work exclusively with her? Meaning that in the period of time that you're working with her, so say you decide you're going to work with Hecate for the next 6 months, does that mean you can't do any other workings or any other spells or anything with any other deity? Well, no, you don't have to only work with Hecate. You could do your practice with Hecate, like a morning practice. You could do spell work with Hecate and then work with another deity at another time in the day. You could do one spell or working with Hecate and then do a Sabbat rite later in the day with Brian and Lou. I've done that. I've done that a lot. Often I will work with different deities even in the same day. So Hecate does not have a problem with you working with other deities in the time that you're working with her. She's generally, though, a bit of a loner deity, so if you are working with her in circle, then you are more likely just going to be working with her by herself, or maybe call in one of the Greek or Roman gods if you're doing a circle where you're wanting to work with a goddess and god. But generally speaking, she's very much a deity that you would work with by herself when you're actually doing the rite or the ritual. Next is, if you stop working with Hecate, does that mean all bad things are going to happen? Because that is another rumor that's floating around as well, that you have to do a dipnon or the Hecate meal or the monthly offering to Hecate, which is like a Hecatean supper. And that you have to do that every month. So at every dark moon, you have to do a dipnon. Otherwise, all bad things are going to happen. Again, I have not found that to be true. I do not do dipnons regularly. I do offerings when I work with Hecate on a daily basis, but they're very simple things of offering oil or something really, really simple, like even water at times, and I have not had a problem with regards to anything happening simply because I've stopped doing a dipnon. Is Hecate a judgmental deity? And in terms of, does she judge you for the work that you do with her? Like if you're doing work that you may feel judgy about, does that mean that Hecate is judging you? And once again, it's not about judgment. When you're dealing with a deity like Hecate, it's not so much about judgment. It's more about, what are you learning from the experience? What are you learning from doing this? What is doing this teaching you about yourself? That's the kind of feeling I get with Hecate. She doesn't judge. So you don't need to worry about any judgment. She is beyond the judgment. And some people say that when they start working with Hecate, that sometimes things start to go wrong. And it's interesting because, yes, sometimes you can be challenged when you're working with Hecate. If you're working with her and wanting to work with her on a shadow work basis, or if you're wanting her to help you with things in your life that are blocking you. So Hecate, of course, is renowned for being a deity that can help open the roads. So she's a road opener deity. And often what happens when we need a road opened is that our own blocks that are causing the closure in the first place can actually get revealed to us. So something may come up that's challenging, but the reason why it's challenging is because it's showing you something about yourself that you need to overcome. And if you ask Hecate to help you with that challenge, rather than running away and being scared because you think she's done it to you, if you actually ask her to help you with the challenge, she will help you with the challenge. She'll get you through that challenge really fast. So it's not so much that she's bringing you the challenge, it's that the challenge is manifested because you've asked for the road to open, but the road is opening. But sometimes you've got to see how you're closing the road yourself before the road will open. And so don't be afraid that Hecate is causing these problems. Ask her to help you with this problem. And that will really help you get through it. She's not out there to cause you trouble. She's there to help you depending on how you come to her. If you're asking for her help, if you're asking for her guidance, then she will guide you. And she will let you walk your path, and she will let you fall into the holes. And if you ask her to help you out of the holes, then you will get help out of the hole. But she's not there to cause you or lead your life for you or do anything that is a problem for you. It's all your own doing. She's basically there to guide and to help. And sometimes the things that we need to know aren't the things we want to know. Sometimes the things we need to do to move through something aren't the things we want to do. Sometimes the truth of our situation and how we've created our circumstances often isn't something that we want to face. We would prefer to blame outside forces, including deities, for the things that happen to us, rather than just looking at our circumstances and going, am I overreacting to something? Or this has happened and I've just started working with Hecate. Did Hecate cause this? And it's most likely she hasn't caused it. It's just that it's synchronized to this, and if you ask her to help you out, she will. The opportunity is there for her to help you. It does not mean that she's caused it, because she doesn't do that if you're asking to work with her. So my experience with Hecate outside of all of those things is that she is quite a serious deity. And I suppose serious, I mean, she's cut to the chase. She doesn't beat around the bush. She tells it like it is. And sometimes we don't like that. Sometimes we don't like being told how it is. She can definitely ask you to work with her. She can call you to work with her. That's true. And if she does that, then you'll easily find ways to work with her. You'll just ask her, well, how can I do it? And she will certainly give you the opportunities to work with her. I've found her to be incredibly helpful in spell work, particularly chasing things like insurance companies for money and getting things done, because they can take forever to honour a claim. But Hecate makes sure that they honour it really fast. So she can be really good for influencing those sorts of situations and helping teach you about magic, learning about magic. So I've found her to be incredibly helpful. I have not found her to be a sinister deity. I have not found her to be that dark sort of Grogan that people like to make her out to be. Yes, you can certainly work with Hecate for the darker types of magic. But as I said, she lets you create the holes and fall in them. So if you want to do that sort of magic with her, yes, it's a learning experience, you know. But other than that, you've got the upper aspects of Hecate too. It's Hecate Soteria, who is like the savioress and working more in the upper world, helping you become more aware, helping you go beyond the ego, helping you go beyond our human condition and seeing the world in a much more magical way, seeing it more as it is. And, you know, I feel that in many ways that's the sort of thing that Hecate really seems to enjoy the most, is to really help you with moving beyond the human condition. And if you're working with Hecate to move beyond the human condition, she will do wonders for you. So don't be afraid to work with her. Certainly respect her, but you don't have to be doing dipnons every dark moon. You just need to respect her when you're working with her. Give her some sort of offering out of respect, but do that with all the deities anyway. It's not that they need them. It's simply that we're being respectful, showing gratitude, showing respect by giving an offering. It's like an exchange. If you go to a friend's place for dinner, you generally take something. Might be a bottle of wine or whatever. It's just making that small offering or gesture of offering as an exchange. It's an energy exchange. You're asking for something, you're giving something back. So that's really all you need to do with Hecate, in my experience of having worked with her, and I've worked with her for quite a few years now. Okay, so if you do want to learn more about working in the Wiccan path, and even working with Hecate and other deities as well, do take a look at the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. It is there for you if you are starting out on your path and you don't know where to start or what to do when it comes to practicing your craft, because there's information everywhere out there to know what the craft's about and what the practices are, but there's not a lot to help you actually get started and knowing where to start and what to do, and having somebody who can help you with that. And I can certainly do that. So have a look at the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy if you're ready to walk the Wiccan path or witchcraft path with me. The link is in the description field below this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.